This is a podcast all about skincare and living authentically and going deep into emotions and why that might be holding you back. Yeah, I mean, it's more than skin deep, this podcast. And maybe that's what I should have called the podcast. Maybe that is what I'll call it right now after recording this. Anyway, Hnilo is coming up. Hi, I'm Tony. I'm an author, presenter at Sky Sports, and years ago I went to the jungle and got ill. Very ill. So this is my podcast adventure to find more energy. It's packed with biohacking, science, health tech, supplements, and some of the most well-known experts on the planet.
This is something I spent 4 months of my life doing with electrodes glued to my head so that you can do a lifetime worth of meditation.
Decide what you don't give a fuck about, which is something you don't care about.
Some of it gets quite out there.
I had some stem cells sent up to my house that I had stored, and then I injected myself with mannitol.
And we even hack hangovers.
Alcohol is poisonous. So is water and oxygen in the wrong dosage.
So that's my podcast, Zestology. Live life with energy, vitality, and motivation. Welcome back. So a podcast all about skincare and living authentically. Hnilo runs Alitura Skincare and has been on this podcast lots of times, but his life turned upside down recently and he's had to face some hard truths, some difficult realities, and everything's changed for him over the last few months. And now he's been totally honest about it in this podcast and the journey that he has been on as well. And I not only really appreciate Andy for being so honest, but also sort of really applaud it because I don't think it's easy. And I think he's talked very openly about stuff that I would find quite hard to talk about. So in the first half of this podcast, we talk about Andy's recent journey with no filter, and we talk about what's been going on with him and where he's at the moment. And then in the second half, if you want to get past all the emotions stuff and get onto the natural skincare stuff and how to look good with no filter, you can go to the second half. So this is more than skin deep, this podcast. It is a podcast all about no filter, looking good with no filter, and no filter in terms of being honest about one's emotions. Here is Hnilo on Zestology. Andy, we're on. How are you?
Hey, what's up, Tony? I'm good. How are you? It's good to see you.
Obviously, we saw each other in person in London a few months ago, but rather than record then, we've done it on Zoom instead. So there you go.
Hey, it's always fun to chat with you. When was the last time we did this? I think it was right around, I don't know, 2016, something. I met you at the
Andy,
Bulletproof
we've done it about, the first time was about 2016, but I think we did one about a year ago because after we recorded last time, I came straight downstairs from the recording, said to my wife, Faith, I was like, right, we're doing a clay mask tonight. I haven't done one in ages. And I'll probably do the same this time around. You are still looking like a bronzed god of a man. What's going on?
Man.
Are you 40 yet?
I'll be 41 November 20th, man. A couple months, Can't wait to be 50. Hey, I'm lucky to be here.
Yeah.
Grateful to be alive. And yeah, man, I feel better than I ever have, man. And I'm trying to pinpoint exactly why that may be. I mean, athletically, I swear, dude, you're going to think this is crazy, but I mean, I can go back and play. I'm 41 years old. If I dedicated some time, got on that peptide protocol, which I already know I could do, and considering some time freeing up, I could get back. If I got my arm in shape, there's just no limit. We're finding out that a lot of things are possible in this life.
So the peptide protocol, this is straight away going off on a tangent, but I'm interested. I've been using copper peptides on my face alongside the Alitura stuff. I like the copper peptides a lot, but presumably this is something else. What is the peptide protocol for your arm?
Hey, in addition, it may be tough because I love to work out hard, but the thing is, being a pitcher, I'd probably go back as a pitcher. I was a two-way player, I was an outfielder and a pitcher, but I think I may be best on the mound. But so that may be tough, you know what I mean? Keeping it nice and loose, cutting down on the lifting, getting my legs built, getting that loose, free and easy motion with my arm. I would probably get heavily into NAD, maybe CJC, ipamorelin, maybe thymosin alpha 1, thymosin beta 4, GHK, CU copper peptide for sure.
Yeah.
Really just get my ligaments and tendons on point.
Would you rub the copper peptide into your shoulder?
I mean, it's,
or would you be taking it?
I do subcutaneous.
Okay,
So
right,
injections. Yeah. So I think that just a combination of really high dose NAD, vitamin C, getting good glutathione, cleansing the system. I don't need much. Like I haven't done peptides now since I want to say, probably early to mid June, but I can't wait to get back on. It may be good just to give my body a break a little bit, but I mean, I could go back and just getting that, the rotator cuff, because I had a partially torn rotator, which over time it grows back rather than having surgery. I just kind of was doing those annoying little exercises where, just to hopefully, gradually build it back. But that was 2006. So, I mean, man, 15, 16 years later, I'm good. Yeah.
But listen, it's interesting because you were talking about how you feel like you're reaching your potential. And I think, having been into biohacking for years, the thing that really sorted me out was nothing to do with supplements or diet or lifestyle or anything. It was emotional, dealing with my emotional stuff, the really deep stuff, which, that I've trained in NLP. It needed to be even deeper than that. It needed a really good psychotherapist and years of unpicking addiction and, sort of all sorts of stuff from my childhood. And I know you've been through a similar journey, and maybe that's what it is.
Right. That's, I'm glad you touched on that. I absolutely just want to address the fact, or what has happened with me subconsciously, consciously, ever since I gave up substance, man. I checked myself into treatment on June 21st, man, 2022. A little over a month, and man, I just knew it was time. I definitely had hit a bottom in my life, had a beautiful little planned intervention for my family, and there was just so much love in that room. And I went off to Colorado and started learning. I just surrendered to it. You know what I mean? And
so your family sat you down and said, it's time, did they?
Oh yeah. I mean, when everything's laid out to me in my past, I'll write about it one day. And it's not like I was hiding it. I was open with it. It was one of those things where I wanted to learn and optimize myself, and it was frustrating. I have nothing to hide. I'm a very transparent individual from that standpoint, and will continue to be, because hopefully it can help, somebody else on the fence or in a similar situation out there. It's very important to me. There's no excuse on my end. I can only speak for myself. I just found it comforting to kind of let loose out, because I work extremely hard. I mean,
you do. I know you do.
You
really put your heart and soul into it, don't you?
It's my everything. Yeah, it's my everything. Alitura is my everything. But that's one of those things.
Is that healthy? Is that healthy?
It's not. It's not though. That's a really good thing to bring up, just because when you wake up, you're on. But now I'm getting better at it. I'm praying, I'm meditating, listening to God's frequency music. Like it's a trip, man, because I'm just following something that I'm now interested in. And it just switched inside of me. It's like a switch flipped. Ever since, just one step in front of the other, I call it surrendering and just giving so much thanks to being alive, man. I am so grateful to still be here and to be given the chance and opportunity to still have something. It's not like I ever didn't, it's not like I ever took that for granted. I just became, the frustration of being let down, and it led to resentment and increased use and substance. It's not an excuse, but it definitely is a reason, man. I mean, I've had a tough time assembling a team, and now, dude, having that clarity, and that's partly my fault as a leader. I would say I would absorb all of that responsibility and blame for that. It's no problem. I mean, it's just, hey, accountability is everything, right? And so
you spent, because I knew, you were sort of saying on Instagram that you were going through a tough time, and you and I, we speak sort of, once every few months, don't we? So I was sort of thinking, well, I hope you're all right. But has it been, how you've dealt with your demons has been very different from how I've dealt with mine. And, a month in rehab sounds pretty full on.
Yeah, no, it was extremely important. I mean, I've never been that eager to learn just how, the brain chemistry, past trauma, relationships, loneliness, resentment, anger can lead to an increase of wanting to use and self-medicating and things that I was doing. But it only led to a chemical imbalance that just really started to eat away at me, and that I would fight through working out and meditation. I was still doing all the cold showers and breath work, but man, removing substance and then doing that and then optimizing certain areas because you have more energy to do so. And then the internal euphoria that is built naturally. I mean, I'm telling you, I'm a happy dude. Yeah. And then combined with just a nice routine, working out, sauna, sunlight, talking to my family. I mean, boom, I wake up. I'm very excited to wake up every day.
One of the best things you can do to improve your health is to get at least 7 hours of quality sleep every night. Interrupting this podcast for one moment to tell you about my podcast partner today, Magnesium Breakthrough. And you've heard me talk about Magnesium Breakthrough before, but one of the ways to get enough quality sleep every night is make sure you're getting enough magnesium. And at the moment, I'm recording this during a heat wave in London at the moment. And I don't know why, but I think my body just burns more magnesium when the weather's like this. And I need more of it at night. Otherwise, I don't sleep as deeply. And sometimes I'm sort of thinking, why did I not sleep well last night? And it's because I forgot to take my Magnesium Breakthrough. And believe it or not, around 75% of people don't have enough magnesium. You can go to magbreakthrough.com/zestology to save up to 42%. That is magbreakthrough.com/zestology to save up to 42%. And use the code zestology10 wherever you are in the world. But if you go to that specific link, magbreakthrough.com/zestology, you will save up to 42%. Magnesium, it's really good in hot weather. It's really good for sleep. And it's probably the one, if I was on a desert island, if there was one supplement I was going to take, it would probably be Magnesium Breakthrough. So magbreakthrough.com/zestology. If you're in the UK, use the code zestology10. Back to the show. But as you say, you've clearly got the sort of personality that is a bit addictive. And I say that because I know that I've got one as well. Somebody you're you're obsessive about getting the right product and about making Alitura great. And I've known that from the first time I met you. And that can spill over. And I know that from my personal experience as well. And if you can deal with that, wow, the sky is the limit for what you can do afterwards. But, it's just, I guess you always have to keep an eye on it afterwards. Is that something that you've been thinking about?
It's absolutely with my daily mantras, staying, I'm going to get into group therapy and definitely get into counseling. It's important to unpack any frustrations and having somebody who'll give you a genuine ear to listen to what's going on. I didn't really have, that's very important. And then giving back, doing a lot of volunteering. I love to do it, number one, and getting more involved in that. It fills my heart, it makes my soul just full. And, so doing more of that and then getting back into hobbies, maybe learning how to play golf finally. And then just really.
You're in the right place for that because it's always hot all year round. So you can do that. Yeah, where are you now?
Well, I'm moving to Sedona, Arizona. Yeah.
Okay. Hang on. So where are you at the moment?
Well, I'm up in the Bay Area.
I lose track. You're always somewhere different, or you're always moving somewhere new. Why are you moving to Arizona?
Man, so get this. 2 Saturdays ago, because I just moved out of my home in Henderson, Nevada, and I was trying to figure out where's next, right? I was thinking Colorado, possibly Texas, Peru of all places. I'll take that leap, man. I mean, I'm looking for home, and I really, believe Sedona is it. But get this. So I just drove to Sedona, 4 hours away from Henderson, right? Pulled up, got a hotel, was messing around on Zillow late Saturday night, found a place, but I was looking for a place to potentially rent for a month to see if I loved Sedona. And I started finding these dream homes, right? And so I clicked on it and availability Sunday. I'm like, wait, that's all right. Well, boom, 11:30. Realtor gets back to me in the morning. Hey, can you come see the property at 11:30? I mean, I walk in and just full of just like euphoria. And I was like, yep, I was screwing around, but I was like, yeah, this is it. That's all I need to see. I mean, I want this. Didn't see another home. Put in an offer on Monday, accepted on Tuesday. We're in escrow right now as we speak, dude.
Oh my goodness. You got to send me a picture so I can put it on the podcast post to go with this so people can see how it looks.
It's insane, man. And that Monday I went and hiked Bell Rock. I mean, I was in tears of gratitude, just stopping.
What is Bell Rock? Is this just some sort of special place to go and hike?
It's a sacred space.
Oh, wow. Wow. So you can go and do that from where you live, can you?
Yes.
Yeah, that's lovely.
I went to the Honkini ruins, took a 2-hour little ATV out to check out these ruins. It was closed. May or may not have hopped the fence to get in there. It's just, I'm becoming just obsessed with ancient civilization and just sacred places that have so much palpable energy that just fills my soul, dude. And so that's like my new thing. And I'm right where like the epicenter of energy.
That's the hobby.
Vortexes.
That's the hobby, isn't it? Yeah.
It's just, it's become like a huge passion of mine. I can't I can't stop researching more and more. And I just want to travel the world and see as much as I can see.
I think you and my wife could have a 5-hour discussion about Graham Hancock. I would have to leave the house and come back in 5 hours when you did it. But
oh man, just a wizard who respects ancestral living and how much history in the course of building this beautiful planet. It's fascinating to me. And it's all real. There's so much symbolization through sacred geometry, Fibonacci. I mean, I could go on and on and on and on. And I just
listen. Tell me about what's going on with Alitura. Then, obviously, the world that we're in, there are new discoveries and new hacks all the time. And I wonder, as you go on, whether you're inspired to introduce any new ingredients, any new products.
Absolutely.
Update your products. I'm fascinated to know how Alitura has evolved since we first met.
Oh man, so much, Tony. It's like anything when you're really passionate about seeking knowledge and improving and optimizing anything, right? Well, in this case being Alitura, you get better at it, right? With more experience, you meet different chemists, you explore the world, but you have that creative, just curious mentality, seeking knowledge, finding extracts, seeing what works and doesn't. I feel like I have a knack for seeing what works and what doesn't as far as with emulsion and certain extracts. And a lot of this comes to me and presents itself from some outer energy that I can't really explain, but I'm finding a lot of things that I love to be the first. I would really want to be like a pioneer in this industry. I don't like to do things just go the normal route and the safe route. I want to find blue Nile lily, you know what I mean? Sakara flower, seeing the extract, seeing the color, seeing the density of it, how it feels on the skin, combining it with certain ingredients in a delivery method. And then boom, that turns into our toner. I mean, I have a product down the line called Alitura Blue, right? BLU with a little accent. I already know how the label looks. And I want to get an ingredient from each specific blue zone, for skin longevity.
That's a great idea. Wow, longevity. I love that. So good. That's so good.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's just, that stuff just excites me and I can't stop thinking about it. And that leads to, dude, that's just creating. It's like making an album, man. It's like
that's
making
really
an
cool.
album.
Yeah.
And so I just,
that's a great idea.
And so there's that. We have the angelic mist, which is a toner, but it's not even fair to call it a toner, and that's why I'm calling it the angelic mist with my just
it's interesting what you were talking about in terms of ingredients. I was with a friend of mine who's just become a head teacher, and she was saying it's quite daunting because this is the first year that she's been a head teacher, but she's been teaching for about 15 years, and she said one thing with teaching is a lot of it is just instinct. You've never done something before. She said last year a swarm of bees just descended on the school and they had to close the school, and it was just sort of pure instinct that took over. And I was thinking, When it comes to looking after children, instinct is obviously like a very powerful, positive thing. But I wondered how that could apply to business. But actually, it sounds like with you, there's a lot of instinct, as well as a bit of science. There's a lot of instinct in the ingredients that you use.
I mean, that's exactly what it is. Yeah. I've never thought of it that way. It is instinct based on just knowledge accumulated over the years, and then really breaking it down from a scientific level with different extracts, seeing what will work with water, oil, certain carriers, what will interfere and become a little bit dominant from an aromatic standpoint, but then also just really getting down to the medicine, the scientific aspect of certain ingredients, and then comparing it with, certain floral aspects and herbal aspects from plants may or may not combine well with each other. But yeah, it's a total instinct thing that is my art, just from a creative aspect, like thinking about that now for the first time. I mean, that's what it is. Yeah. Curiosity, instinct, a feel. How does it, there's a lot of like, holding a crystal. How does your body react to it? This outer spirit. Yeah. I mean, that stuff is really important, and it is just a part of the creative process. How does it feel to you? How does it feel to you? How does it feel in your hands? How does it apply? Yeah. And then one thing leads to another, and then boom, now you're into the formulation process. They can take years, dude. It can take years, and I'm fine with that. And it often does.
Well, the clay mask is still so good. I love it. And last time we spoke, you said try using a tablespoonful of apple cider vinegar in it as well. Wow, that's quite something.
Oh, it activates it. There's something in the enzyme, the mother enzyme in the apple cider vinegar that combines with the clays and just kind of kickstarts that electromagnetic activity and really helps and assists from a toning aspect, an astringent aspect, cleansing, revitalizing the skin, just giving you that nice, just intensifies the clay mask experience, which is fine with tap water alone. But man, derma roller, apple cider vinegar clay mask with a little pink grapefruit essential oil, maybe some lemongrass, clary sage, sea buckthorn, frankincense, myrrh, lavender, whatever it may be, your skin is going to just be, you're a brand new you for the next 24, 36 hours. I mean, it really lasts. And then over time with consistent use, you're going to see those years taken off, just from like, filling in those small crevices, the little crow's feet, the tiny little fine lines around your eyes are going to be filled up through that circulation that plumps up the skin, and just naturally through really kind of dumbing down that explanation of the from an appearance standpoint, but just getting those stagnant capillaries circulated. I think it just comes down to gravity as well. Your face is more vibrant, your skin is breathing, and it's just that's what we want. Yeah.
What about this might be sacrilege, but obviously you and I are friends with Amy Killen and some other people in this world. They would think about vampire facials or stem cells or Botox. What are your thoughts on sort of different procedures like that?
Hey, to each their own. I would just recommend doing your research beforehand. I get a little frowny in this area right here, just right here. I'll get a couple.
Yeah, me too.
Plaques, and it just helps open up.
Hang on, what do you get in there? You get a little bit of Botox in there, do you?
No. Xeomin. Once or twice a year, I'll get something right around here.
What is Xeomin?
Xeomin.
Okay.
I don't want to touch anything else, but just right around here, it's just, you don't want to become, it's seriously from like a just a relaxed standpoint. Maybe I'll do that like once or twice a year, but that's it. Other than that, it's just all, I've done the vampire facials, man. I don't think ever again. I don't do anything, because I really prefer the derma roller to that, because I know with the products I can put on before, I can roll in a little gold serum. I'll put I'll put like 3 pumps of the gold serum, maybe a little copper peptide, methylene blue, rub it in my hands, put it on, roll it into the skin, dude, then put on a clay mask. after that, I've never had any facial that compares to that or comes close to skin activity. And I'm good for like the next couple of days. Boom, follow it up again. Now you're just kickstarting the process and just leading to a really vibrant, youthful complexion over time with consistent use.
I might be just Googling Xeomin at some point, but I don't really use it, but I can get a little bit frowny every once in a while.
Yeah, so. It just helps to unlock that area because I'm a happy dude. And, those frown lines, they can get embedded over time. That's the only thing that I would do. But I mean, to each their own. I just, with these products and like, what are they filling sure they're spinning it and putting the collecting what's it called, it's a plasma, it's slipping my mind right now, and then injecting it back in. I mean, I just
PRP, is it plasma rich
PRP? PRP, spinning that in the centrifuge and collecting the PRP and then injecting it back in. I just, man, I've had too much unpredictable downtime. My skin is so sensitive. I know exactly what I'm getting with the derma roller clay mask treatment, and then adding little actives, taking care of what I'm putting into my body, using the sauna, getting good sunlight, staying hydrated, and then also healing and conditioning at night with my night cream. Man, I'm good. I'm just with that routine. So, yeah.
Now, listen, I've asked you this before, but I'm going to ask you again. I wonder if Graham Hancock is going to pop up. What is one book you'd recommend and one tip for living with more energy?
Oh, Ben Greenfield.
Is it Hancock?
Oh, that's part of it.
You can say any book. It can be anything you like.
I would say, you know what though, dude, Ben Greenfield did such a good job with Boundless.
Yeah, it's good.
I mean, he deserves a thank you for like a big thank you for that book. He did. I mean, that thing, it's got to be 2 inches, 2.5 inches thick. He covers everything in really easy to absorb terms. That's his
cookbook's good as well, though.
Yeah.
With the coffee rub, that's changed my steaks. That's for certain.
yeah. He's a detailed guy himself. He's very deliberate in his approach to life, and I couldn't respect him more than I do, for sure.
Yeah. And then what about one tip for living with more energy and vitality?
I would say cold showers in the morning. Work your way up to 4, 5, 6 minutes. Cold plunge, cold, fluctuating that sauna. If you can, cold plunge, boom, you're going to be that hot, cold thermogenesis is real. Wake up your cells. You know what I mean? Internally, externally, you know what I mean? I just feel like that's my go-to every morning. I take more cold showers and it's just a lot more cold showers than hot showers.
Yeah. Well, look, I'm so pleased and well done. And thank you for being so honest, because, and I'm really glad we've caught up.
Likewise.
And I've sort of been thinking because obviously I've seen some of your very honest Instagram posts. I've been thinking, I hope Andy's okay. So it's good to know that you are and everything's going well. And Thank you, man. I'm in my best space. I appreciate you saying that. It was a tough time there for a little, no excuses. I had to get better. I wanted to get better, and I have. And it's a step-by-step process of maintaining this because, man, I feel good. And now I have a new chapter in my life to talk openly and honestly about. I really want to help encourage others to just feel better about themselves, and I want to help others. It's just all about, dude, I have so much to be thankful for, and I definitely am. And I just have a new appreciation and zest for life. Zest, yeah, good. Well, listen, I am inspired to do a clay mask tonight, and we've got my wife's cousin staying, so I think I can rope her into it as well as my wife. So we'll all do that, and that'll be a nice little social activity. Where can people find out more about you and Alitura as well?
Oh, man. So alitura.com, alitura.com. I want to give a little coupon code to your following. Just we'll call it Zestology. Is that cool?
Okay.
Or you want to call it?
It's good. Yeah.
Zestology, 20% off the store because I love you guys. Big fan of UK. Man, I can't wait to come back. I hope I get to speak again. Dude, that was so much fun. And then we're on Instagram, Alitura Naturals, ALITURA NATURALS. At Alitura Naturals on Instagram. I'm all up in those messages. If anybody has any questions, you reach out to me, please. And then Andy Hnilo as well, ANDYHNILO. And I'm around. I love this, love being alive. And hey, dude, thank you for having me on. It's always, you're a friend from afar, so it's just really cool to always catch up with you, man. It's just like talking to a buddy.
Yeah, it definitely is. Yeah. Well, if not before, we'll see you in London next year, but maybe at some sort of biohacking conference in the States before then.
Yeah, definitely. Hey, are you going to Dave's?
No, I'm not. I mean, obviously I've loved doing that before, but I've got a 3-year-old who demands my attention here now. So I'll be here, but is that going to be good? I mean, by the time this goes out, it'll probably be recorded, it'll be done. But I love those conferences. They're so much fun.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just a reminder of where this all come from. People come back, just share their stories of how they initially with the clear plastic clay mask and sending out, not knowing what I was doing. It's very, it's therapeutic for me in the beautiful way.
Good. Yeah. Well, enjoy, and we will see you soon.
All right, man. Thanks for having me, man.
All right. Thanks to Andy for coming on Zestology. Thank you for listening as well. As always, I want to give a massive shout out to my podcast partners who are Magnesium Breakthrough. If you go to magbreakthrough.com/Zestology, you can get 10% off by using the code Zestology10. And in fact, you can get more than 10% off if you click on one of their special offers there. I'm recording this just after lunch, and I just took my supplement stack post lunch. In there was some vitamin B12, some vitamin B6, the methylated version, some TMG, trimethylglycine, some Homocystex Plus, which is a seeking health supplement, some zinc, some vitamin D, and some magnesium from Magnesium Breakthrough. And it is definitely, do you know what? I tell you why I put it in. I've just been feeling slightly achier over the last few days. And I really realized that normally I only take magnesium at night, but then I haven't taken it during the day recently. And I think I might have been taking less than I used to. So I've upped my dose of magnesium a bit, and I think that's going to help with achiness. The main reason I take it is for sleep, but it definitely helps ease aching muscles, and I've been doing a lot of workouts and exercise recently, so maybe it'll help with that as well. But for me, sleep is the big one. And if you go to magbreakthrough.com/Zestology, use the code Zestology10, you will get 10% off. And I think it's a great supplement to the sort of stuff that I was talking to Andy about today in terms of overall health. Thanks for listening to this podcast. I'll see you next week.